Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me today. I just wanted to share with you the completed Time of Mushrooms journal that I've been making. And for those of you that have watched my previous videos will know that it's been quite a struggle for me, trying to do something that's a little bit different for me. So if I show you where I got with it, I'm really pleased with how it turns out. It has been reserved. So hopefully it will be going off to its new home as soon as this video goes out. I've put it in, I've made, oh sorry, this sari silk sheds, doesn't it? I've made a little pouch for it out of a vintage doily that I had, and there are some stains on it because it is a vintage doily. I did wash it, but some of the like tea stains, I guess, just didn't come out. So it is vintage. But it fitted perfectly for the journal that I made. So just take it out. So this is made from bags, mainly. In the main, I didn't have many bags, but I used the bags that I had. And I would say at this point, if anybody wants to do a swap with me for something and you can send me some bags, then I would happily do a swap. Different size bags, big ones, smaller ones. These ones, how big did it end up? So I guess most of the bags that I used were probably about six inches tall or 5 inches. And then when you fold them in half and you've got the opening for the envelope here, for the bag there, do you know what I mean? So different size bags. If anyone's got any and wants to do a swap, send me a DM and I'd be pleased to do one with you. It ended up having a kind of a spine, and I guess that's what happens when you put something inside a cover. And I hadn't thought about that when I started it, but it was new to me. So it's got sari silk round the back, vintage button there, and one of the cards that I made, journal card. So these are made, the kits that I've used are from Clee Black Creations, and I've used her Time of Mushrooms. This one is her Grungy tea bag, and then there's the summertime labels and the insect labels that I've used. These papers are the past and present, and I think this is white rose. So I've used, a range of different papers from Brygidas. So that just goes into the back there. And then it's got a couple of pockets. It's got the pocket on the front that's the crochet doily that we did. And then this is just a vintage paper that I had. And I've just put some, I backed it, made some card. And then it's got a journal, if I can grab it, it's got a journal card in the back there. And that's the page from the Time of Mushrooms. And then I've just done some collaging on it. And they're quite sturdy, these journaling cards, and that's what gives the journal cover that little bit of stiffness. Otherwise it would be very floppy if you took them out, which you could do. You don't have to keep them in. Again, just a little bit of collaging on the papers. It's a very cold day here in the UK today, so I'm feeling quite chilly. I ended up, this is the tea dyed fabric that I'd used. And then when we open it up, I pulled that one out by mistake. You can see the lovely patterning on it. And I put my words are lost, aren't they today? Pocket, some vintage lace. That lace is actually quite delicate. Journaling card there. And again, I've just collaged a little bit on that. And that's on the back as well. And then this is from a mushroom book that I've got, and I just stitched a piece of paper in the middle there so that there's extra little journaling space. So it's not really a journaling journal as such. There are places that you can journal in it, like on the journaling cards, but it hasn't got lots of pages in it because I wanted to just use bags. I didn't have enough bags to just use bags, so as you can see I resorted to using a couple of envelopes as well. So they've got journaling cards in, and these are tags that come with the kit. This is quite a stiff envelope, so there's nothing inside it because I've used it as a page, and I hinged it with some of the fabric because otherwise it would have been too tight. I wanted it to go around the rest of the pages. So, but you can also write on here. So there is quite a bit of space in there. Then on the back I just did some collage, and that's from the Time of Mushrooms as well. And then some tea dyeing that I did on the papers. This one's a brown paper bag that I used as a page. I just thought it would be a bit different using the bags as journaling pages. And that's 2 of the journaling cards that come with the kit. And of course you can journal on all of this. That turns over and you can journal on this page as well. So you can see the paper bag underneath it. And that was the biggest paper bag that I had. And that one measures probably 6 1/4 by about 9. So that was the biggest bag that I had. So 5 1/4 by 9 inches in total. Coffee dyed paper that I put in, that I got some nice images on there, and then that flaps out. So of course this is all journaling space as well. And then that's just little bits of thread that I saved when I tear fabric. This is a CD envelope, and this is from CraftycatUSA. She's got a kit where she's got CD envelopes. So I made it into an actual envelope because I didn't have many CD. I copied it a little bit smaller, that was it, because otherwise it wouldn't have fit. Just did a little collage of some mushrooms on there, one of the tags that comes with the kit. And then there's the little journaling card in there. And then that's just hinged with paper to another one of these further in the book. Glassine bag here, and that's just got a couple of journaling cards in there. And then I stitched the glassine bag down the middle just to make 2 little pockets. So I was trying to think of what I could use the bags for, you know, a little bit different rather than a bag. Again, one of the tea bag, Grungy tea bag. I love those papers. It's beautiful. And some mushrooms on there. Doily. This pocket we made together. So there's a journaling card in there, and I've just put a couple of labels on it. And that goes in the back there. And you could also write on this if you wanted to. Then a little journaling space on the back there, and again with the mushrooms. Another of the tea dyed papers there. And then that's not a pocket, that's just stuck on. It's just collaged on to give it, I just wanted lots of mushrooms, I think. This is an index card that again I've hinged with fabric to one the other side, and I've just put a little cluster there. So it's just stitched on. Paper bag there with a journaling card. So you can see I've used different size bags. I thought I'd got lots of bags, but when I went to look, I didn't. This bag was fabulous. I can't remember. It came to me in Happy Mail from somebody, and I've had it for ages. And I've always been a little bit confused what to use it for, because I don't know, it just confused me. But I love the oval window in it. Did a little journaling card to go inside. Love that. I just love the oval. Yeah, mushrooms and a cluster there, and then of course you can write on the back of that, and you can write on this page as well. And again, that flaps out. This is a little bag. I think this bag came from Laura from the Papered Soul, gave me that one. And then I've just hinged some of the tags together there. That just tucks in there, and then that's from Brygidas kit, Summer Labels. And then on the back there, you can see the pretty bag. And then I just made a pocket there and put some mushrooms on. And then a leather journaling card there. This is a bag like you get in the shop, in the sweet shop, where the kids do a pick and mix. And it was quite see-through, so it's not a glassine bag, it's literally just a thin bag. And I just put one of the papers from the kit inside it and stitched around it, and put what do you call that? You call it a ruffle, don't you? Put a ruffle on it. And then on the back there's just some papers there. They are only just stitched in, so they're just some extra papers there. I mean, you could tear them off if you wanted to, and just lift them up and write on that one as well. Seed envelope. So I used a couple of envelopes, as you can see, and then that just opens with one of the tags that came with the kit. And then there's just a journaling card in there. And that just closes shut. weekly time record, and I think this was from Laura as well, and I photocopied some mushroom images that I had onto tissue paper and then just glued them on there. So you can write on this, or you could stick something on it. This flips up, so you can write on all of this. There's some extra papers just there, and then another little journaling card in there. And again, this is another bag. I think this is about the same size as the other one. Yeah, that's just, I'd say 6 inches. It's almost a 6-inch bag by probably 7 or 8. So that's the centre. And then there's some beads on there. You can cut them off if you don't want them on. And then there's a journaling card just there. And then more of the tea bag paper. So that's the part, no, that'll be wider because that's the bottom of the envelope of the bag that I flipped up to make into a pocket just there. And then I've left this side as a pocket and put a journaling card inside. And then these 3 little squares that come with the kit, I've just stitched, you probably can't see it, but there's a piece of the grungy fabric back there, and I just stitched them onto that and then glued that onto the paper bag. And again, those grungy papers there, and then that's just stuck on. I put some fabric on the back because it was quite a thin bag and I didn't want it to tear when I put it in. Some extra journaling space there. And again, the same as the other side with a journaling card on. Whoops. Close that up. So these envelopes, you know, you can write on all of those as well. That's the back of that sweet bag. And you can see there's another image in there. And then that's more tissue paper that I'd photocopied an image onto. The back of that other bag there. I mean, if you wanted to, you could actually cut that bag and have it as a pocket, but I thought it was getting so large. And as I say, I just wanted to use the bags as journal pages. That flips out again. Actually, there's more room in it to journal than I thought. That's the back of that lovely oval bag there. Back of the white bag. And then again, that's just got some journaling papers in there, just some little bits. And again, you can write on the paper bag. And then there's space to write just there. Another one of the index cards on there. Flaps out. And then this is the back of the pocket that we made together. And then I've just put one of the pages in and folded it over just so that it's extra space to write on. The back of the doily. Put a little paper clip on there because these kept falling out, and then I've just put some extra, just a flip of paper onto each of those. And then they just go in the back there with the clip on. Oops. And then this again is an image that was on tracing paper, tissue paper that I've just glued on, and again there as well. The other of the CD envelopes there, and then that opens up so that you can get that one out there. It just goes back in. More journaling space just there. That one is the back of the first bag that I used. So again, there's just some extra journaling space there. And at the back of it, there is a journal card there. Just a little tag. Just sits in there. And again, the flower trim on there. And then the grunge paper on there. And then the second envelope, you can see it's hinged with the fabric. And it's got a couple of journaling cards on there. And of course you can write on this if you wanted to as well. And they just fit in there nicely. And then that again is just decorated, so you can write on that. And then at the back I had some of these left over. So I just hinged those together. So there's just some journaling space there. One of the other journal cards that we did. And then another page of the mushroom book, again with just a paper inside. So I've really enjoyed this. I've learnt a lot doing it, and yes, I'd do it differently if I did it again, and I would love to do it again, but as I say, I need some more bags. So you can see it is really rather chunky. Hopefully you can see that it's rather chunky. But that is my paper bag. I'm calling it a paper bag journal, and I hope that you like it. And I do thank you very much for your support, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.